Let us move on to module 2, Petrology and Geomorphology. What is petrology? The petrology term is derived from the Greek language. Petro means rocks, logos means study, which means the study of rocks. The branch of geology which deals with the study of the origin of the rocks, mode of formation of the rocks, mode of occurrence of the rocks, mineralogical composition of the rocks, textures and structures of the rocks, and classification of rocks is known as petrology. What is geomorphology? Geo means earth, morph means form, logos means again the study of form of earth. Let us discuss one by one. First, let us move on to petrology. First, we have to know about rocks. What is a rock? What do you tell about a rock? You have seen many stones in nature. Before coming into this semester, we were unable to distinguish minerals and rocks. Now we can able to identify which is mineral and which is rock. Mineral means which has definite chemical composition. Rock is a mixture of two or more minerals. Rock is an aggregate of two or more minerals. Example, granite. Granite is a rock which is formed of orthoclase feldspar and quartz. Quartz is a quartz group of mineral which has definite chemical composition SiO2. As such, orthoclase feldspar is a feldspar group of mineral which has a definite chemical composition which is potassium aluminium silicate. In addition to these two minerals, we are going to find accessory minerals are also. Accessory minerals may be plagioclase feldspar, hornblende or whatever it is. But without quartz, there is no granite. Without orthoclase feldspar, there is no granite. That's why we are going to call these minerals are rock forming minerals. For example, if we take another example which is cyanide. Cyanide is also an igneous rock which is made up of again orthoclase feldspar and plagioclase feldspar. These two minerals are feldspar group of minerals. Without orthoclase feldspar, there is no cyanide in the earth crust. Without plagioclase feldspar, there is no cyanide in the earth crust. That's why Again, plagioclase feldspar is also called by the name rock forming mineral. Various rocks can be seen in nature like gabbro, dolerite, basalt, pegmatite, pumice, trachyte, rhyolite, obsidian, granite porphyry, diorite porphyry. Number of rocks can be seen in nature. Most of the minerals are formed of two or more minerals. In exceptional cases, only one mineral can form a rock. Then the rock is called by the name monomineralic rock. Monomineralic rock. For example, Granite. Granite is an ultra basic igneous rock which is formed of olivine mineral. Olivine is a magnesium iron rich mineral. Olivine is a mineral which has granular habit, olive green color, hardness 7, specific gravity 3.5. This granite is also appeared in the same olive green color. Due to the presence of magnesium rich mineral, this rock is appeared in dark color. When a rock is formed of only one mineral, then it is called by the name monomineralic rock. Geologically, the rocks are classified into three divisions. They are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. The geological classification of the rocks is based on their mode of occurrence, which means on the mode of origin, how the rocks are formed. The igneous rocks are formed by the magmatic material. Sedimentary rocks are formed of sediments. Metamorphic rocks are formed of pre-existing rocks. Such a way, geologically, the rocks are classified into three divisions. Let us take one by one igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. What are igneous rocks? Ignum means fire. Fire means hot. All igneous rocks are directly derived from molten rock material, which is called by the name magma. The molten rock is referred to as magma, hence the igneous rocks are also called by the name magmatic rocks. When the same magma erupts onto the surface of the earth, then it is called by the name lava. This lava erupts onto the earth's surface through a vent, a big way, or a number of fissures. For example, north part of Karnataka, which is occupied by basaltic rock, In that area, the lava has been erupted onto the surface through number of fissures. That's why the area is level ground. When magma erupts through a single vent, then that provides a little bit slope throughout its neck. That's why at the neck region the surfaces appear having gentle slope. In the north part of Karnataka, which is having level ground. Therefore, igneous rocks are formed by cooling of magma or lava. Cooling and solidification of magma or lava. Igneous rocks are studied under two headings. Number 1, extrusive igneous rocks. Number 2, intrusive igneous rocks. What are extrusive igneous rocks? Extrusive igneous rocks are formed of lava cooled. Example, rhyolite, trachyte, etc. When the magma erupts onto the surface of the earth through a single vent or number of fissures, then it is called by the name extrusive igneous rocks. When the hot molten rock material is present beneath the surface of the earth, then it is called by the name magma. When it erupts onto the surface of the earth, then it is called by the name lava. When the rocks are formed of eruption of lava, then it is called by the name extrusive igneous rocks. When the lava erupts onto the surface of the earth, then it takes place cooling and solidification, which leads the formation of rhyolite, trachyte, obsidian, pumice and various kinds of rocks like basalts. When the same hot molten rock material cools and solidifies beneath the surface of the earth, then it is called by the name intrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive igneous rocks are formed of cooling and solidification of magma. Example, granite, cyanide, etc. The simple difference is this one is formed of magma cooling and solidification, this one is formed of lava cooling and solidification. Extrusive igneous rocks. Igneous rocks which are formed on the surface of the earth by the cooling and solidification of lava are called as extrusive igneous rocks. Example, rhyolite and trachyte. When the lava comes onto the surface of the earth, that takes place sudden quenching, that takes place quick cooling and solidification. That's why the grains which are present in these rocks are fine grained, or crystallization is incomplete, or crystallization is absent. When the same magma cools and solidifies at the greater depth, when it gets sufficient or desired or ambient conditions like temperature and pressure, here the magma takes place slow cooling. Since the rock cools and solidifies slowly, they are having coarse grained and well crystallized minerals. Here the extrusive igneous rocks are going to show fine grained, the intrusive igneous rocks are going to show well developed crystallinity. Here intrusive igneous rocks are formed of magma cooling. Igneous rocks which are formed beneath the earth's surface, within the earth crust, by the cooling and solidification of magma are called as intrusive igneous rocks. The major difference is this one is formed of lava cooling, this one is formed of magma cooling. Here we are going to find fine grained, or there is no crystallinity, here well developed crystallinity. That is the major difference between extrusive and intrusive igneous rocks. The next topic is classification of igneous rocks. Classification is made based on different factors like color, mode of occurrence, chemical composition of the rocks, mineralogical composition of the rocks, silica composition of the rocks. Let us take one by one. The first one, classification is made based on color index. Based on color index, igneous rocks are classified into three divisions. They are number 1, Leukocratic rocks, Leukocratic igneous rocks, number 2, Mesocritic igneous rocks, number 3, Melanocratic igneous rocks. What are Leukocratic igneous rocks? Igneous rocks which are appeared in light color, such rocks are called as Leukocratic igneous rocks. Example, granite. Igneous rocks which are appeared in light color. In igneous rocks, we can able to find medium colored, dark colored and light colored. Why this granite is appeared in light color? In igneous rocks, where we do not find the minerals like magnesium and iron rich, those rocks are appeared in light color. Granite, granite porphyry, rhyolite, even pegmatite, pumice, these rocks are appeared in light color. In granite, we are going to find the essential minerals like quartz and orthoclase feldspar. Togetherly constitute more than 80%. The remaining hornblende, which is magnesium rich mineral, that occupies very lesser percentage, very meager percentage, that does not able to make much difference in color. Even plagioclase feldspar is also present in the form of accessory, which is completely devoid of magnesium or iron composition. Since this granite is formed of quartz and orthoclase feldspar, which are rich with silica and potassium and aluminum, that's why the rock granite is appeared in light color. The second one is Mesocritic igneous rocks. Igneous rocks which are appeared in moderate color, which means medium color, such rocks are called as Mesocritic igneous rocks. Example, cyanide, or even diorite. These rocks are appeared in medium color, neither light color nor dark color. That's why cyanide, cyanide porphyry, trachyte, even diorite, diorite porphyry, andesite, these rocks are appeared in moderate color, that's why these rocks are called by the name Mesocritic igneous rocks. The last one is Melanocratic igneous rocks. Igneous rocks which are appeared in dark color, such rocks are called as Melanocratic igneous rocks. Example, gabbro, dolerite, basalt, pickrite, dunite, many rocks are there in nature. Why this gabbro appeared in dark color? The essential minerals of this rock is plagioclase and agate. Agate is a pyroxene group of mineral which is rich with magnesium and iron. Due to the presence of that magnesium and iron, this rock is appeared in dark color. That's why rocks which are appeared in dark color are called by the name Melanocratic igneous rocks. The first one, Leukocratic igneous rocks, light color appearance. Mesocritic igneous rocks, moderate color appearance. Melanocratic igneous rocks, dark color appearance. Such a way, igneous rocks are divided into 3 divisions on the basis of color index. The next one is classification based on mode of occurrence. Depending upon the depth at which magma or lava cools and solidifies. The igneous rocks are classified into three divisions again, which are Plutonic igneous rocks, hypabyssal igneous rocks, and volcanic igneous rocks. For the sake of our study, just we can imagine how the magma chamber, if it is the magma chamber, magma originates. Just imagine magma cools and solidifies at the greater depth and at the shallow depth. Then it erupts onto the earth's surface. If it is the earth's surface, just the magma is appeared pink color. Just imagine this is the magma chamber. When magma cools and solidifies at greater depth, which is called by the name Plutonic igneous rock. When the same magma cools and solidifies at moderate depth, then it is called by the name hypabyssal igneous rocks. When the same magma erupts onto the surface, then it is called by the name volcanic igneous rocks. Plutonic igneous rocks. When the magma cools and solidifies at the greater depth, which means depth is approximately 10 to 12 kilometers. Here the temperature on the ground, the temperature is less. When we go deeper, in addition to temperature, the pressure is also high. Since when the magma cools and solidifies at greater depth, the resulting rocks are called as Plutonic igneous rocks. Between 10 to 12 kilometers depth, between 10 to 12 kilometers below the earth's surface. Here the magma takes place slowest rate of cooling, which results the formation of coarse grained igneous rocks. They occur in good abundance in peninsular and extra-peninsular India. Example, granite. In granite, we are going to find coarse grained crystallinity. In cyanide, we are going to find coarse grained crystallinity. Diorite, gabbro, dunite, since these rocks are formed at greater depth, they are going to show well developed crystallinity. When the same magma cools and solidifies at moderate depth, which forms pegmatites, even dolerites, granite porphyry, cyanide porphyry, diorite porphyry kinds of rocks. Here, generally from the ground surface, the magma cools and solidifies approximately around 2 kilometers depth from the earth surface. Here we are going to find well developed crystallinity sometime and sometime fine grained crystallinity. Here we are going to find some coarse grained crystals are placed within fine grained crystals. That kind of texture is called by the name porphyritic texture. Granite porphyry, cyanide porphyry, diorite porphyry, dolerite porphyry. In these kinds of rocks, bigger sized mineralogical constituents are placed within fine grained mineralogical constituents. Example, granite porphyry. The next one is volcanic igneous rocks. When the lava cools and solidifies on the surface of the earth, due to sudden cooling and solidification, there is no enough time for the development of grains or crystals. That's why in these kinds of rocks we do not find any well developed crystallinity. The rocks which are formed of cooling and solidification of lava, they do not able to show well developed crystallinity, which is fine grained in nature. The Deccan Traps, particularly north part of Karnataka, Maharashtra, a part of Andhra Pradesh, a part of Madhya Pradesh, which is composed of basaltic rocks. Basaltic rocks is an example of volcanic rock. Classification, which is made on mode of occurrence, again divided into three divisions: Plutonic igneous rock, hypabyzal igneous rock, volcanic igneous rock. Plutonic at greater depth, hypabyzal at moderate depth, volcanic igneous rock which is completely on the surface of the earth. Here coarse grained crystallinity, here both the nature, here fine grained crystallinity. Such a way the classification of igneous rocks has been made on the basis of mode of occurrence of rocks in the earth crust. The next one is the classification based on the chemical composition of the rocks. Four American scientists, which means petrologists, Cross, Hiddington, Washington, Pearson. These four American petrologists have developed classification of igneous rocks on the basis of chemical composition of the rocks in 1903. Here there is a term which is norm. Norm means a set of standard minerals of calculated chemical composition. These norm minerals are classified into two groups. They are the Salic Minerals, number 2, the Phemic Minerals. What are Salic minerals? Salic minerals are acidic minerals. Minerals which are rich with potassium, sodium, alumina, etc. The Salic minerals are quartz, orthoclase feldspar, albite, anorthite, zircon, corundum, halite, etc. When the rocks are formed of these minerals, then they are called by the name Salic minerals. The next one is Phemic minerals. Phemic means ferromagnesium. The minerals which are rich with magnesium and iron, particularly magnetite, hematite, pyrite, chromite, olivine, etc. Even diopside. When the rocks are rich with magnetite, hematite, pyrite, limonite, olivine, acmite, diopside, then they are called by the name the Phemic minerals. Basically, by these four American scientists, igneous rocks have been classified into two divisions. They are the Salic minerals group and the Phemic minerals group. Salic minerals are appeared in light color and the Phemic minerals are appeared in dark color. The next one is the classification based on the mineral composition of the rocks. Mineral composition. Igneous rocks are also classified on the basis of mineral composition. Common minerals present in rocks are grouped into two divisions. The felsic minerals and mafic minerals. The term felsic has been derived from feldspar minerals, this is feldspar minerals, and silicate minerals, in addition to quartz minerals, quartz group of minerals. Such rocks are light in color. The rocks which are formed of feldspars and silica group minerals are appeared in light color and low density and rich in silica. Silica content is always greater than 66%. The second one, the term mafic has been derived from ferromagnesium minerals. Here the rocks are rich with olivine, agate, hornblende, etc. These minerals such as olivine, which is rich with magnesium and iron, hornblende, which is amphibole group of mineral, which is again appeared in dark color greenish black, that is also rich with magnesium and iron. Even agate, the pyroxene group of mineral, which is also rich with magnesium and iron. The rocks which are formed of these minerals are appeared in dark color, high density and rich in magnesium and iron. The rocks which are classified on the basis of mineral composition of the rocks can be divided into two divisions, which are felsic minerals group and mafic minerals group. Light color minerals group, dark color minerals group, low density minerals group, high density minerals group. The last classification is made on silica content of the rock. Igneous rocks are classified into four types on the basis of silica percent in a rock. They are: number 1, acidic igneous rocks; number 2, intermediate igneous rocks; number 3, basic igneous rocks; number 4, ultra basic igneous rocks. What are acidic igneous rocks? More than 66 silica percent or silica content in a rock. Such rocks are called by the name acidic igneous rocks. How much? Which is greater than 66% of silica. Example: granite. Granite contains greater than 66% of silica. Even pegmatite, even rhyolite, pumice, obsidian, these rocks are having greater than 66% of silica. The second one is intermediate igneous rocks. Here the silica content lies between 52 to 66%. Example: cyanide. The density of the material from here to here increases. When silica content decreases, the silica density of the material increases. When silica content decreases, the dark coloration are from the Leukocratic to Mesocritic and then move on to Melanocratic. The rocks which are appeared in this column, Leukocratic, in this column, Mesocritic, in these two columns, Melanocratic. When silica content lies between 52 to 66%, such rocks are called by the name intermediate igneous rocks. Next one, basic igneous rocks. When silica content lies between 45 to 52%, then Such rocks are called by the name basic igneous rocks. Example, gabbro. Gabbro is formed of plagioclase and agate. Due to the presence of magnesium and iron, this column rocks appeared in dark color. The last one, ultra basic igneous rocks. Here the silica content is less than 45%. When silica content is less than 45%, such rocks are called by the name ultra basic igneous rocks. Example, Granite. Granite is a monomineralic rock in which more than 90% of the mineralogical constituent is olivine mineral. Due to the presence of magnesium and iron, this mineral or this rock appears in dark color.